Hi, Luis. Good afternoon, everybody. So here we are today gathering for all this webinar based on the questions and answer sessions, typically designed for the 11 plus parents. So I would like to welcome all the parents to join our webinar. In today's webinar, we have an expert panel. In this panel, myself, my name is Preeti. I'm the founder of PiAcademy, and I'm looking into the 11 plus maths department. On our website, you can see there are lots of maths papers, maths video courses, and everything which is required for 11 plus preparation. We kept it on our website, and I'm looking into the maths department when it comes to the delivering the 11 plus tutoring as well as delivering the 11 plus maths contents. In today's webinar, my colleague Louise, she is also here. Welcome, Louise.
Thank you. Hi, Preeti.
Hi, Louise. So she's looking into the English department, and she has tutored more than 1,000 plus students so far. And she has also designed lots of video courses, comprehension video course, the creative writing video course. She has also designed the interview guides, and she's highly expert tutor as well as the 11 plus examiner. So the aim of today's webinar is to guide the parents throughout this 11 plus journey. We are happy to answer all the questions coming from the parents. As everyone is aware that the exams are starting in the month of September, in the first or the second week. Most of the grammar schools, they are having their first round, and most of the parents are really anxious. They don't know how to plan this journey or what sort of resources they need to use. And we get lots of queries from the parents asking many questions. So that's the reason why we have decided to have this webinar here, so that parents can feel free to ask their questions. You can use our Zoom chat. We will pick up all the questions from the Zoom chat. So here we go. I'm looking forward for the questions. The way we are going to answer these questions, mostly Luis will take all the English related questions, and I will look into the maths, VR and NVR. So here we go. I'm looking forward to receive the questions from all the parents. Okay, here is a question from Anshu. Hi, I have counted 123 days left. Should my child do one paper a day till then? I would like to answer this question. So this is a really good calculation of keeping the number of days in mind. I think every parent must have those days or those weeks left until the exam, so that you can do a kind of reverse engineering, and you can see on which day or in which week your child can do what. In order to answer this question, it's little difficult that one paper a day, is it a realistic approach? Because it depends upon what subject you are aiming for, or what subject paper you are asking your child to complete. When it comes to the English paper, considering the child is attending a full-time school, I'm not sure if one paper a day is a realistic approach, but it all depends upon your child and how much time he or she is going to spend when the schools are on. I would recommend you in a week, I would suggest like 2 papers for maths and 2 papers for English, and perhaps maybe a VR and NVR if your school is having that sort of exam. I would say roughly around 4 to 5 papers in a week would be a realistic approach, because more than the number of the papers, more than the quantity of the papers, it matters a lot how the child is solving the paper, parent is marking the paper, and the parent is going over the wrong answers, and you are keeping a log for all the wrong answers to redo them again to improve the score. There is a question here from Vishal, how to arrange the time for preparation from now? Yeah, that's really a good question, and I would like to show you our exam planner. Vishal, if you can open the 11 plus exam planner, then I can walk through the entire planner. Here we go. So as the question is about the timeline, and what to do in the leftover time. So here is the answer for that. You can have this spreadsheet. We are going to give you the link in the Zoom chat here with this, having this spreadsheet on the chat here. So you can open it while I'm talking if you want. In the first to sixth week, I would suggest you to practice the topic wise, and skill based practice is very, very important. As you can see in the A column, we have maths comprehension, English vocab, English SPAC, and creative writing. And then we mapped all the weeks from week 1, week 2, so on and so on. You can see what are the topics your child can finish in this particular time frame, and you can follow this time frame, whatever we are suggesting you here. This time frame is developed through our more than 10 years of experience. Now, on the second tab, you can also see there are the past papers. So the way your approach should be, you should first practice the topic wise or the skill based practice questions, and then you need to move on with the past papers. Now, again, in the past papers, many parents, they make mistake. They think that they can do any paper with their child, but that's not the case. You should always begin with easy, medium, and high level of difficulty papers, and so on and so on. So you can see all the papers are mapped here, and where you can find these papers on our website, I can show you that as well in a minute. On the third tab, you can see there is week 16 to week 22. These are again the practice papers, and you can see here we are proposing you various styles of exam board paper. So in this time frame, you can go with the GL papers, or you can go with the CEM paper, or you can also start taking the mock exam because it is coming quite closer to the real exam. So have a look at this spreadsheet. And now I will show you the papers which are really very important and how you can practice it. On our website, if you go under 11 plus papers, you will see we have lots and lots of materials here. So we do have 11 plus maths paper. We do have 11 plus maths topic wise. So firstly, I will open the maths topic wise for you. So in the maths topic wise, you can begin your child's journey by taking the topic wise questions. I would strongly recommend you to focus on the difficult topics, because that's the area where I think the children need attention. Because if you do not master the difficult area like algebra, geometry, or statistics, or the permutation and combination, or the sequences, then there is a probability that your child will lose the mark. So this is the place where you can find all the topic-wise questions, which you can practice it during the week 1 to 6 as specified in our spreadsheet. When it comes to the papers, I will show you where the papers are, or in fact, all these topic-wise questions are coming from our past papers. So you see on our website, we have more than 180 maths past papers, and all the topic-wise questions is a segregation of the question from the maths past paper. So you cannot go wrong, because whatever the topic wise questions you are seeing on our website, they are coming through these past papers. So these are not papers designed by us, but we are providing a very, very detailed solution, the stepwise answer. And the beauty of this subscription is that every question is tagged as per the topic. So I will open one sample paper for you here. So if you can click on the answers, you can see we have the question and answer, and all the answers are having the stepwise solution. Not just that, we have also tagged each of the question. You can see this question is related with the numbers or the addition. So if you go down of this paper, as you start going downward of this paper, the difficulty level will start increasing. So initial questions are really easy. That will happen in real life scenario as well. Initial questions will be quite easy, but as you go along, the questions will start more towards the word problems, and the difficulty level will keep increasing. You see the difficulty level is really high now in this question, lot of word problems and everything. So coming back to the spreadsheet, as I suggested, you must follow this spreadsheet, map your timeline against the days left and also the syllabus. So here you go. This is what I wanted you to have a look on our website and you can explore more. We are sending you this spreadsheet, so you will have all the links which are necessary. Okay, I hope I have elaborately answered this question so that, most of the questions for the future parents, if they have, they might have answered. There is a next question, Livia. The question is from Livia. How we should plan for the coming 4 months to maximize my child's potential for 11 plus exam? I think that is what exactly I just now discussed. That's why I said I have answered many of the following questions, because everybody is struggling with the plan and how exactly they can utilize the leftover days by having a proper plan in place. What is a good study plan from May to the September? Yeah, I think I have discussed that question as well. There is one more question from Livia. How does your video course help out comparing to do exam papers? Should we focus exam paper instead of doing video courses? Okay, so the steps, in order to answer this question, I will break it down into 2 pieces. Yeah, so the first part is, how does your video courses help out comparing to do exam papers? So both things are really different, because I would say you should start doing the papers when you have mastered all the topics. And in order to master the topics, it is very important to first do the video course, because video course is something where we have I will show you, in fact, with one of the example. Let's take an example. On our website, you can see there is a video section. It's a proper dedicated section for the video courses. These are all pre-recorded courses, but the beauty of these courses is that it's not just the video, but we are also providing you lots of worksheet, past paper questions, and lots of chapters been already covered. Now, say, for example, in the algebra word problem course, we have 7 chapters, and these chapters are nothing but the topic wise questions coming in the past papers. So every video course is following the exact 11 plus syllabus as per specified by the 11 plus exam body. So chapter 1 to chapter 7. Not just that, we are handling 29 concept building videos, 210 homework questions, worksheets, challenging past paper questions, mental math, puzzles, and assessment. So if you completely follow the pattern of this video course, then the entire syllabus will be 100% covered. Once this is done, then you should switch to the exam paper. And that is what exactly I mentioned in my planner. Having the conceptual full understanding of any topic or any subject makes much sense in the next 1 to 6 weeks, and then you can start with the papers. The schedule is already given to you in the spreadsheet. So first, video courses, topic wise questions, going through the practice materials, enhancing the concepts with a really high level, and then switching to the papers. That should be the approach for the leftover time. So I think I have answered both parts of the question. Should we focus exam paper instead of doing the video courses? I would suggest first focus on the video courses, then go with the exam papers. There is a question from Anshu. How have you been able to determine which paper are easy versus medium versus hard? So yes, that's why our experience comes in picture. So we are experienced tutor. So that's why we know what paper goes under the easy, medium, and hard. Just to give a more explanation about this question, it's really easy. Yeah, there are certain schools in the London and around London whose papers are really easy. So those are tagged as easy. So what does it mean by easy? Easy question paper will have very less worded problems, or even if there are the worded problems, those worded problems are not quite tricky. So you see on our planner, which is in front of your in front of the screen, you can see Hampton Court House 11 plus sample paper. This is a very easy paper, and the reason we tag this as a easy, the reasons I have already mentioned. And when it is a hard, what happens in the hard papers, the ending questions are really tricky. They are based on multiple topics. Say, for example, algebra, which is combined with the fractions, which is also combined with the percentages. And these type of questions occupy about 50 to 20% of the paper. And that's how it is categorized as hard. Because I could train my child on the easy ones, and in the end, they might be tested on the hard one. Yes, I totally agree with you. And that's the reason why, you should follow our planner. We are sending this planner to you on our Zoom chat. You can take a look. In fact, I would suggest every parent who is preparing their child for 11 plus exam must have a look at this planner, because this will give a very good reality check where your child is right now and how much time is left over, what are your child's weak areas. It will all be monitored, or it will all be authenticated by this planner. So give your child a easy level paper, check what is the score. Give a medium level paper, check the score, and give a hard level paper. You will definitely find out what are the weak areas in all these parts. But yes, I do agree, harder papers are at most essential, and I would suggest you to start the hard level of paper from around mid of June. In fact, we are going to have solving of these papers. We will be having a lot of YouTube live stream sessions where our tutors are solving the full length paper. Please do come and join those classes, because those classes will help your child to exactly what are the exam technique need to be used. We are going to launch this from first week of May. So stay tuned with us, keep visiting the website, and there is a lot of exam help we are going to launch in a short time. Where can we access the overall spreadsheet? We are sending you the link in the email as well as in your Zoom chat here. Will you be sharing the Excel? Yes, we are sharing the Excel files. And in fact, we don't need to share actually. You can also download on your own. You see on our website under 11 plus paper, there is a download planner button. You can download all our planners. They are free of cost. You can download these planners from here. And once you like it, you can subscribe to our resources. Should my child do then 10 plus exam first? Yes, absolutely. That's in fact a very good approach. If you think that your child is lacking certain kind of skills, you should start doing the 10 plus papers. Those are, you can find the 10 plus paper under pre-11 plus paper, just beside the 11 plus papers. And you can solve those papers first. Do you suggest completing all the homework after each video courses? Yes, absolutely, because that will give your child a good confidence, whatever they have learned through the YouTube video, learned through the video, they can master that concept by solving the homework. Not just that, but we also have, as I have already showed you, we do have past paper questions as well under the video courses. So it will be really helpful for your child if your child does the worksheet, does the homework, solving the past paper questions. That will really stringent the concept of your child. Okay, so there is a question from Stephen. Can you please send the link to the planner, please? Yes, we are going to send you the link. How about English planner? I think Luis will explain more about English planner. We will open the English planner here on the screen. Here you go, Luis.
That'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, so the English planner is quite similar. There's a similar sort of style in terms of things that you can cover each week. I'll just wait for it to come up on the screen. So yes, you can see, just like with the maths, the English planner handles a range of different questions, as you can see. These ones here are all like sort of tagged as low difficulty. So you start off with the low ones. Once they're okay with those, then they're moving on to the sort of medium difficulty. And you can see from some of these that they're like paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. Sometimes different schools will have various different paper types. So some will be comprehension, some will be writing. But across the planner, it's going to handle all of that. So over the weeks, you are just, as you can see, building up the difficulty to the ones where it's a little bit more complex. There's perhaps more to write. For these, often these independent school tests, they're the more written style. So you've got the longer, more analytical questions to answer rather than multiple choice. So that's kind of the sort of papers that are featured on here. And then I think on the bottom, there's also the creative writing checklist at the bottom, I think, on here. We could maybe have a look at that a couple of tabs over. Oh, it's just on the bottom. Yeah, that's the one. That's perfect. And so on here as well, this is something to use alongside the planner. When you are doing any of those papers that involve a creative writing task, this is something that you can be using. I think I did see a question about writing, but then I think it disappeared. This is something that you should get into the habit of using while you're practicing your writing tasks. These planners are very detailed. They give you, sorry, these planners, these checklists are very detailed. They give you a range of things to be featuring and including in all of your writing tasks. So how to structure it, how many paragraphs to write, making sure that you've written the paragraphs effectively linked, sentence structures, which goes down there. Have you made sure that you've used a different range of sentence types, openers, then talks about punctuation. It's just all the features that students need to be using. There's more things to check, vocabulary, different types of vocabulary that they're using there. And then there's figurative devices, I think, on the next page. And so, yes, while you're using the planner, as you're building up the difficulty, you can be using this checklist alongside all those creative writing tasks as well to make sure that you are writing effectively, and so that they will have that in their minds once they're into the exam. They'll already have that checklist there. So yeah, it's very similar to the maths, but it's just a range of comprehension and creative writing tasks instead. So yeah.
Great, Louis. Thank you so much. I will just add one more thing here, Louis, because whenever I get lots of messages or the emails from the parent, the biggest problem with the kids, they are struggling with the creative writing. So most of the children, they are okay with the comprehension, except the inference and deducing the information kind of questions. But the biggest problematic area is the 11 plus creative writing paper. And that happens in the second stage. In most of the school, the second stage of the exam is based on extended piece of creative writing and longer questions on the comprehension. So I would suggest one additional material for the parents, and that is, under our 11 plus papers, as you have already shown the checklist, I will also give a brief more idea about creative writing. So under 11 plus papers, you can see there is a dedicated pack for the creative writings. And this pack is designed by Louis only. So all the parents can subscribe to this pack, because the beauty of this pack is every style of creative writing is covered. Not just that, every creative writing is associated with the checklist. So most of the parents, they make sure that the child is creatively writing, but what is missing is following the checklist, because checklist helps the child to win the maximum marks in the exam. So this is the additional part I would like to add in the Louis 11 plus English past papers. Okay, great, Louis. I will move on to the next question now. I think there are not many questions coming now. I think our planner has given a quite in-depth idea about how parents can plan their journey. But we'll wait here for another 10-15 minutes. And we will take few more questions. In the meantime, we do have offer today. We are having a 30% discount. Whatever you subscribe from our website today, anything, including the courses, including everything, you will get 30% off. So you can use a coupon code here, QNA30, to get the 30% off throughout our website. How to improve speed in maths? Yeah, it's a really good question. I will go back to my topic wise, and I will show you very interesting thing which we have already incorporated in our topic wise. Here you go. So go to 11 plus paper, under 11 plus maths topic wise. If you click any answer or any question, you will see there is a tag associated with that, which will tell you how much time the child can spend in order to answer the question. And this will be really helpful parameter for your child to solve that questions in a specified time. So literally you can start a timer and you can watch how your child is solving the question. Not just that, I will also strongly recommend to all the parents to work on the mental maths books. So these books, I will suggest you a few books which are from the Schofield and Sims. You can use those books to solve those mental maths questions, put it under the timed conditions, because Schofield and Sims are really excellent books. You can buy them from any bookshop like W.H. Smith or anywhere, and start taking one test. I think one test will take about 10 to 12 minutes, but that will help your child to build the speed as well as the accuracy. Do you have any past papers for independent schools in Birmingham and Solihull? I can check for you quickly. So under 11 plus papers, if you go to 11 plus maths papers, if we find Solihull, we can have a look here. We have 180 papers actually. So maybe we might be having these papers for Solihull. And what was the other school is in there? Birmingham. You can check it on our website. You know, the full titles of the paper, including the school names, are given on our website. There is one more question, I think, on the mental maths coming through. My child had just started learning 11 plus, but we only have 4 months left. Do you have any tips for us, please? Started 11 plus, but only, yes, sure. I would suggest you, to first master all the topic wise. Do not rush to solve the papers. Even if your child is solving the paper for the last month, it's fine, but try to first get good grip on the topic wise. Do you have any past papers for independent schools in Birmingham? I think I have addressed that. How many days should the kid do mental maths, Schofield and Sims? In fact, every day, I would suggest all the parents to go and buy the Schofield and Sims books. They are very, very cheap. They are not very expensive. And you can do that test first thing in the morning, right after the breakfast, before the child goes to the school, if you have time. It just takes 10 minutes, but that will improve significant speed in order to solve the questions. Hi, my child had just started. I think we have done that. I think these questions are coming back on again. Does the code can be used for the crash courses? I think so. I'm not sure. Somebody from our support team, guys, please help to answer this question. Can you check creative writing and give feedback? We do not check any creative writings and give feedback. However, if you are looking for one-to-one tutoring, we can definitely do that. But whatever the subscriptions are available on our website, these are more DIY. You can do it yourself. So there is no checking system or a marking system or giving a feedback. But I can show you one interesting thing in terms of creative writing. Under our 11 plus courses, we do have creative writing courses as well. And you can take that course. But again, in that course, I think most of the time we have 3-4 tutors who are teaching that course. The main important thing which we are covering under this course is giving the exam techniques, how to write creatively, more effectively, following the checklist to win the maximum marks. Do you suggesting do daily challenging papers? I would strongly suggest you, but the difficulty level of the daily challenging paper is quite high. And if you are aiming to improve the speed, then I would suggest you to go with Schofield and Sims books first. Once these are been mastered, then you can come and take the daily challenging papers from our website. But the difficulty level of these paper is really high. How many free mock tests can we take? I'm not sure which mock test you are referring to, but on our website, none of the mock test is free right now. And you can buy the mock test. You can find the mock test on our website. You can check under the mock exams. We do have 6 mock tests with a different board exams like GL, CEM, and independent schools. So ISCB. So you can check all the mock exam, but these are the paid mock exams. There is no free mock exam. So in July and August, how often do you run mock test? We are frequently offering these mock tests. In fact, there is one there is one English mock test happening at 5 p.m. today. I can show you where you can book your mock test. So Vishal, can you just show a guided mock exam? Yeah, you can see on our screen, there is a 11 plus English guided mock exam. You can book that. It's happening at 5 p.m. today. Do you mark the mock test? No, we do not mark the mock test, but it's marked online. So you can see the entire test is marked by our system. So we are not marking it manually. It's a system mark. So you will get the results through this mock test. You can see here we have all the mock tests set up on this page. Do you have CSSE style mock exam? I will show you where we have the CSSE. We do not have CSSE style of mock exam, but we do have the CSSE style of papers. So you can use them as a home mock exam under our 11 plus paper. Under the grammar schools, you can find the CSSE mock papers. I can show you here. So if you go to 11 plus paper, under 11 plus practice papers, you can see CSSE mock exams. Here we go. So on this page, we have 11 plus math CSSE style bundle and 11 plus English CSSE style bundle. You can use these two bundles to have your own mock exam at home. So what you can do is you can download the paper. There is a time specified on the paper. You can start a stopwatch and you can do that mock at home with your child, and answers are also available. So you can mark your child's paper. Do you suggest to take the mock after finish the video course? Well, yeah, that makes sense, because if you do the video course first, if you are sure about your child is knowing all the topics and everything, then it makes sense to take a mock exam. But there is no harm in taking the guided mock exam, which we are often running on the weekends, because that will give your child a bit idea about how to manage the time effectively. And also the child can see other kids in the class and they are doing the mock exam. So that might reduce the fear during the exam. So it's all up to you. It's your personal decision, like what you would like to do. But well, for the short mocks, you can definitely go and attend those mocks in the mock centers, or you can attend our mocks, whichever you like to do. Today's online, yeah, we are giving the today's online English mock exam link here. How to encourage child to do better in comprehension? My child is lazy in extracting answers. I will pass on this question to Louise.
Oh, let me read the
How to encourage a child to do the better in comprehension? My child is lazy in extracting answers.
Oh, I have it there. Yes, sorry, I didn't have it there before. Okay, so how to encourage child to do better in comprehension? Okay, so this is a good question. I mean, the idea of the child being lazy, I don't know if you mean as in they just don't read the text properly, because that is a very common mistake. You do see a lot of students who don't like actually take the time to read. So what I would suggest, if you find that your child struggles with like a long passage, and you know, taking the time and focusing on being able to break down the text for each question, try and give them shorter little snippets of passages to practice with. So what I usually do in sessions with my students is that I will go through a text paragraph by paragraph, rather than doing it in one long chunk, because it means that they just keep laser focused in on that one little bit. They only have to handle one small passage at a time. It breaks down how much they actually have to read, and it allows them to practice focusing in on that particular paragraph and the information that's there. So rather than just giving them lots to do and worrying that they're being lazy, because obviously if you give them a long text, that's going to be daunting, try and break it down into smaller sections, go bit by bit. If you can kind of, if you have an exam paper that you want them to practice, try, and what you could do, I suppose, is like print it out and then cut the paper up so that you've got the questions and the text and which parts align, and just give them those sections at a time so that the passage is broken down for them. It will just mean that it's slightly more like manageable pieces at a time. That might be a good way to practice. I hope that helps.
Great, Luis. That's wonderful. I think this is the problem with many children, it's not just a few of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Get
It's
this
common.
question quite often, even after we run the courses, the parents are struggling with the comprehension and more inference style of questions.
Mhm.
You can also try our video courses. We do have a dedicated video course specifically on the comprehension. So you see here, we do have a comprehension mastery video course, and the video courses will have the videos as well as the worksheets and the homeworks. Everything is included in this package. So you can see there are 16 homework, then covering all the 11 plus exam board. So we purposely kept multiple choice questions, we kept open-ended questions and answers. Everything is included in this one. Hi, I booked for today's mock. There would be paper suitable for all type of schools. Primarily, we are focusing today's mock on the multiple choice because that is what the GL style of mock exam will look like. When it comes to the CEM, I think the first part of the CEM paper is also a multiple choice comprehension. So I would say there is a nice overlap between the exam board. About 60 to 70% of the overlap is there in the today's guided mock exam.
Oh, I can see another question about comprehension. Shall I read this one out?
Yes, please. Yeah.
It says, it's from Gajan, who says, for comprehension, do you suggest reading the text first, then answering the questions, or looking at the questions first and then finding it in the text? So I'll just answer this from my personal opinion, and Preeti, you may want to weigh in. This is something that I've had students and parents ask before, and I actually used to suggest just read the text first always, but I also do recognize that for some students, reading the questions first and then going to the passage as they work through can actually be an effective technique. So I think there's multiple approaches, and what I would do is try them both and see, like, do 2 practice papers. Do one where you say to your student, read the text first, and then that may help them to answer the questions quickly. Do the second one where they read the questions and they kind of like read the questions and then look in the text and see what works best for you, because it's going to depend on the passage. Sometimes the passage and the questions are all chronological. Sometimes they're not. So it's going to have to vary. It will vary depending on what works well for your child. Another tip I might suggest is either way, get them to read the questions first, just so that they know what the questions are going to be, and then they can come back to the text and answer them. So there are multiple approaches, and I would test them out for your child and see which one gets you the best results and go with that.
Great, Luis. Thank you so much. What's the difference between the mock test paper and practice test paper? Well, there is no difference as such between the mock test paper and the practice test paper. It's just the environment which can be little different. So say, for example, in the mock test, you are taking your child in the center and the child is attempting the mock. Or in our case, you are bringing the child online and the child is attempting the mock test online. More time pressure is always there under the mock test paper. But when even in case of the practice test paper, which are available on our website, we have exclusively or explicitly mentioned the time, because time is very, very important. So in terms of contents, no, there is no difference between the mock test papers and the practice test paper. In terms of logistic or in terms of environment, how the child is attempting the paper, there might be the difference, because in the mock test, the child is accompanied by lots of kids sitting in a center-based environment and attempting the mock. When it is an offline mock and when it is an online mock, there are many kids surrounded with the child on the Zoom and they are attempting the mock online. So time pressure is there. That's great. Thank you very much for informative meeting. I hope most of the parent will get benefit through our planners, and whichever resource you use, not just with the PiAcademy, but any other resource, even the bond books or even the CGP books or any other resource, you must have plan in place. And in order to nail the plan, you have to really thoughtful that how you're going to arrange your child's study plan. So say, for example, doing the concept first, then taking the papers, papers, doing the mock exams, and just going over all the wrong questions again and again and again. And that's how you can help your child to improve the scores. I'm sure all this information will be very helpful for you, and I wish you very, very good luck. If you still have any questions, you can join our WhatsApp group. We are sending you the link on our chat here. WhatsApp group, you can join. We are posting a lot of helpful information. We do have a YouTube channel, and all of you can subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have already posted so many courses on our YouTube channel. We are sending our YouTube channel link as well. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, there is a last question on the comprehension, but I think if you come and read our resources on our website, we have a lot of sample resources as well. So have a go with those resources, and I'm sure you can help your child. Yeah, Vishal and Renuka, please send all our WhatsApp links and the YouTube channel links here. Parents are asking here for the WhatsApp and the YouTube channel link. Do not forget to apply a coupon code, which is 30% off Q&A 30, and you will get a flat discount. Whatever you want to buy, you can buy it because the code is valid only for 24 hours. Thank you very much. Have a lovely Sunday. Thank you very much for Louis joining this webinar. Very helpful. Thank you, team. Have a lovely Sunday. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much.